Hey y'all, I'm Hanny XOXO and welcome to or back to my channel. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another week in my life as a girly who loves to crochet and is preparing for a crochet market. In real time, it is Monday, March the 30th, but happy Easter to all y'all watching. Oh, also, behind me here are my guinea pigs. We have Rodney, Holly, and Kelly, and yes, they drink their water very loudly, so sorry about that. I have a fun theme planned out for this week, and I actually did crochet a few things over the weekend because if y'all were here for last week's vlog, I'm so sorry. I barely crocheted anything, so I was like, I really got to make it up to y'all this week and crochet a bunch of really cute stuff right off the bat. So let's just get right into things. This first item that I want to show y'all does not fit into our theme for the week, but it is part of my market prep and it's just a cute item that always sells really well at markets. So let me show y'all now. I made these 3 little chubby frogs right here. I'll put the pattern up on the screen for y'all here. This pattern is by All From Jade, and these guys always turn out so cute. This pattern is a super quick and fast make. Definitely each of these takes me under an hour, probably around 30-45 minutes to make. And I have to be so honest with y'all, as cute as these little guys are, for some reason I low-key hate making them. Okay, not hate making them because that's such a strong word, but I don't know what it is. I just don't really like to make these guys that much. And I tried to make these last week for my market prep and I just could not find the inspiration at all. I couldn't do it. I literally tried like 3 times to start making one and I just had to frog it out, no pun intended, each time. So basically I ended up having to put these guys off to the side, and that's when I decided to make those little penguins instead because for some reason I was just feeling much more inspired to make those little cuties. And then I decided to pick these guys back up on Saturday and I had so much fun making them on Saturday. So I don't know what's up with that, but definitely this is y'all's sign. If you ever start on a plushie, even if it is part of your market plan and you're like, I know I have to make this, and for some reason you just find yourself struggling to make it and having such a boring time and not wanting to do it, just don't. I mean, don't like not do it forever, but just put it off to the side, wait a few days, and then try again, and you might end up like really enjoying the project because I actually really truly had so much fun making these on Saturday. I did not get bored at all. I didn't have any problems making them. I honestly don't know why I was so bored with them before, and I definitely did not feel like I hated making them on Saturday. Definitely enjoyed my time. As for all of the details on these little guys, I did use Premier Basics Chenille Bright as the yarn. For the light colored one, I used Kiwi. And for the darker colored ones, I used Emerald. I actually usually use just this really cheapy yarn that I get off of Amazon. It's the same yarn that I use for my rainbow cats. If y'all have been around before and know about the rainbow cats, same type of yarn as those, but I didn't have any extra green of that cheapy Amazon yarn. I guess I used it all to make chubby frogs for my last market, so I ended up using the Premier Basic Chenille Bright, a little bit of a higher end yarn you could say, and I feel like these turned out so cute. I also really love the texture of this yarn as well. I'm such like a texture girly when it comes to feeling things, especially with plushies, and this is definitely like one of my favorite plushie textures ever. So always love using this yarn when I can. And then for their eyes, I just used 12mm glitter eyes. I just used the cheap ones from Amazon, and then I just have fun with these as well. It's so funny, I started out by saying that I hated making these guys, and now I'm like, I had so much fun making them because even though you can't customize these too much, I mean, technically you could if you really tried, but even just changing out the eye colors for me is sometimes enough customization. And I love that with these guys, you can really choose just any glitter disc. I always just randomly choose like out of the bag of glitter discs a random one out to use as their eyes, and that kind of makes it a little fun as well. So these were the first 3 little cuties that I made over the weekend. I am planning to charge $8 each for them, and I'm just happy that I can finally cross these off of my market prep plan. No, I'm out of iced coffee. So freaking sad. Y'all, I had to descale my Keurig today and clean out my water pitcher, water filter, change out the filter, everything, all that kitchen stuff. This is your sign, by the way. Go ahead and clean your coffee machine. If you have a Keurig like me, descale that thing, scrub it all clean. If you have a water pitcher filter, scrub that clean as well. But my treat for doing all that today was making a really tasty iced coffee, and I honestly want a second one, even though it's 7 p.m. Is that bad? And moving on to our next plushie of the week, and this is where we finally get into our themed plushies for the week. And if y'all saw the thumbnail, read in the title, because I'm sure I'll have it in one of those two places, but yes, this week's theme is popping plushies. So all of the plushies that I'll be making are little popping fidget plushies. All of them are by Cable and Canvas. Of course, again, all patterns will be linked down below, but in general, I have literally loved every single Cable and Canvas pattern that I've ever made. I highly recommend their shop, so definitely go check them out for sure. But let me show y'all the first popping plushies that I made this week over the weekend that I'm honestly excited about, because usually, to be honest, these plushies can make me kind of bored making them over and over again, but I actually had so much fun making these ones because I have this year really been trying to just add as much of my personality into my plushies as possible. I really want my plushies to scream XOXO crochet plus whimsy. This year, I'm really wanting to work on pieces that I truly love. Even when it comes to little no-sew market prep patterns, I still want to make plushies that I feel just really show who I am, who the business is. I think it would be so cool if one day, if someone just saw like a picture of my plushies and without even seeing like if I posted it or without even seeing who created the plushie, I would love for people to see a photo of one of my plushies and be like, oh, that was made by Hanny XOXO, that's a Hanny original. Oh, that piece belongs to XOXO Crochet plus Whimsy. I would love for my plushies to just really give off my personality, the personality of the business. I'm honestly having a hard time even trying to find the words right now of what I'm trying to say, so I'm so sorry, you guys. But basically, I just really want to have fun with making plushies, and I want them to just really show my brand, my personality, and everything like that. I don't just want to make basic plushies. Not that there's anything wrong with making basic plushies, but they just kind of bore me out, and I want to make some stuff that I think is really super cute and that I personally would love and want to buy. Basically, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like I'm making no sense, but let me just show y'all these plushies, and maybe that'll help y'all understand what I'm saying a little better. I made little popping mushrooms, and okay, y'all, I know when you see this right now, and I just set up this whole long thing about how I want to make plushies that really show my brand and personality, and now I pull out this little thing, and y'all are like, girl, girl, really? Like, you just said you don't want to make basic plushies, and now you pull out a mushy pop, or whatever they're called. Is that what they call them in the community? I'm sorry, y'all. Why am I so silly goofy right now? I feel like I'm gonna cry. I'm cracking myself up for no reason. I'm not even funny. Okay. Okay, y'all, but hear me out. So this mushroom I actually did not make over the weekend. I actually made this a few weeks ago. If y'all have been keeping up on the vlogs, you might remember, because I went on a whole rant about how I was so bored about making him. He was so boring to make. I was so bored out of my mind making him, even though he only takes like 20 minutes to make. He's a super quick make, but he's so boring. I ended up making rainbow popping mushroom in that same week because, again, I was so bored with this guy. I was also wanting to try out my Pride market prep, making some new Pride themed plushies, because hi, hello, and welcome if you are new here. So happy to have y'all. But my main markets of the year are Pride festivals, so y'all will most likely be seeing many rainbow plushies on my channel. But point being that I had so much fun making this little guy, and literally just because he turned out rainbow, and I'm like, that's so freaking cute and fun and not boring, and this is boring. This not boring, this boring. So I was like, I need to make more little popping mushrooms that aren't boring because y'all, I do have 5 mini popping mushrooms on my market prep plan, and in the past I have made all red popping mushrooms. I actually, y'all, have never brought little popping mushrooms to a market before because I made 5 red popping mushrooms for my holiday market and then it got flooded out, so I wasn't able to attend that market, but I did end up selling all 5 of those little red popping mushrooms because, in case y'all don't know, yes, my business, xoxocrochetwhimsy, is an MLM. Just kidding, you guys, it's not. I don't know why I'm so unserious today, but no, my father-in-law... My father-in-law is one of my distributors. Just kidding. No, my father-in-law, he just likes to give out little tiny cute things to give away to people, sell to people, whatever, out in the wild. So he always likes it when I give him a bag of little tiny mini crochets that he can go ahead and go sell for me. He just, for some reason, really likes to help me sell my mini crochet pieces when they don't sell at markets, or I guess in this case, when a market gets canceled. Apparently, he sold all 5 of the little red mushroom, so shout out to him. Love him so much. He's the sweetest guy ever. But point being is that I've never actually sold these at a market before, and maybe the smart thing to do would have been to make 5 of the actual red and white mushrooms, since this is the more traditional mushroom color, the kind of mushroom that everyone tends to see, everyone tends to like. But no, I couldn't do it to myself, you guys. I couldn't. I can't. And I know that this is a business, and when you have a business, sometimes you just have to do things for the business, even if you don't necessarily really like to do those things or don't have fun doing those things. But I just couldn't put myself through it, y'all, especially after making those chubby frogs. I was like, I need to make little mushrooms that I think are really cute and that I would actually want. Not that I wouldn't want a red mushroom, but I'm just, it's just so basic, and I just want something a lot more girly, cutie, and why don't I just show you all the other mushrooms? Okay, first I'm gonna show y'all the next most boring mushroom, actually, because the other 2 that I made are super cutie and girly and everything, so I felt like I just needed to have one more that was more like kind of basic-ish, but I didn't want to make another red one since I already have one red one, so I made a blue one, and I think he turned out really, really cute, but again, he's just kind of basic, so why don't we look at the ones that are cuter? Okay, y'all, and this was actually the first mushroom that I decided to crochet. Isn't she so freaking cute? Oh my gosh, for a freaking popping mushroom, she's adorable. I am so obsessed. I would literally put one of these on my keyring or something because I just think it's so cute with the bedazzlement, and oh my gosh, you guys, I just can already see myself making so many more of these specific mushrooms and putting them like even in their own little compartment on my display called like bling mushrooms or something, because oh my gosh, they're so cute, and I definitely need to get more bigger stones. I have a few bigger stones, but not too many, so I didn't want to use them all up on this project since they are kind of expensive, y'all. I do be using glass stones. They are not plastic, not acrylic. These are the real deal. But I just think that she turned out so freaking cute, and I honestly am like so excited. I can't wait to bedazzle even more of my plushies now because I just think it's so adorable, and for the other girly girls out there like me, I know that they'll really appreciate pieces like this. I'm so sorry, y'all, because Holly's deciding that she needs to take her 10-minute water break right now, and for some reason she drinks water so freaking loudly. None of the other piggies do that. It's only Holly, so sorry about that. Oh, thank goodness she stopped. Thank you so much, Holly. Appreciate that. And the last popping mushroom that I have to show y'all, I actually got inspo to make this one from some Pinterest posts. Honestly, y'all, one of my favorite things to do at night, or honestly, anytime I feel like going on social media, instead I've been going on Pinterest, and I just love it so much. I feel like there's like no drama on Pinterest, nothing that you'd not want to see, usually, at least for me on Pinterest, and there's just so many cute things. I get so many cute ideas. I feel like before I was getting a lot of my crochet inspo off of Instagram and also specifically from seeing other people's crochet pieces, but honestly I feel like ever since I switched over and just started going like to Pinterest for inspo and looking up cute little cartoon photos and not really looking up specifically pictures of crochet as much anymore, but instead looking at like cutie little cartoons and stuff like that has really helped me to hone in on my personal style, my crochet style, things that I want to add to my pieces so that they don't look as basic, stuff like that. But anyway, let's get to this cutie mushroom. Here are the two photos that I used as my inspo, and here is cutie little mushroom. I really love this one so much. I think that this one might be my favorite out of the 5. It's honestly hard to decide though, because that pink bedazzled one really does scream me so much. It screams Barbie, which I feel like screams me, so but I just think this one is really adorable. I tried to make it look like it has little sparkles on it by doing little like crosses on it, and then I finally did get some of that glitter yarn as well. I should have gotten it so long ago, but I finally did get it so that I can add those little glitter embellishments onto my crochet pieces and make them a little more glitterier, which really screams me and my brand. I'm all about sparkles. It's my favorite. That's why I got a sparkle in my logo. So I just think this one turned out so super cutie. Another one that I would want, honestly, on my own personal keychain because I think it's so cute. And I was thinking about adding some rhinestones to this one as well, even like some mini rhinestones possibly. But since these are just the mini $5 popping mushrooms, I didn't want to put too much time and spend my entire day just on decorating them. But I do still have more popping mushrooms in my market prep plan because there's actually a bigger version of these mushrooms that I also want to make. And I think for those ones, I might combine the embroidery with the bedazzling on top. But let's get into all the nitty-gritty details for all these guys. So the pattern is right here, again by Cable and Canvas. I highly recommend it. They're so cute, love them, and as y'all can see, you really can customize them. They don't have to be boring and basic at all. For all 5 of them, I did use 8mm little kawaii eyes. Those are my favorite ones to use on the mushrooms. I just think they make them look so cute and whimsical. For the classic red mushroom, I used poppy for the cap and white for the head. For the rainbow mushroom, I used poppy, tangerine, sunshine, seaweed salad, cornflower blue, eggplant for the cap, and cream for the head. For blue mushroom, I used seaside for the cap and white for the head. And for bedazzled Barbie, I used bright pink on the cap and marshmallow on the head. And lastly, for little purple whimsy right here, I did unfortunately use 2 discontinued Parfait Chunky colors. I used orchid for the cap and rose for the head. And those are all the plushies that I've made so far this week. Let's see what else I can get to. Hey y'all, it's the next day. I definitely should not have been drinking iced coffee at 7 p.m. last night. That was so crazy. It put me in such a silly, goofy mood. And I was up until like 3 a.m. So not doing that again, but I actually just kind of wanted to pop on to say hi because I actually didn't get really any crocheting done between last night and today because I ended up last night actually writing a script for a video that will hopefully be out tomorrow. And then today I spent the whole afternoon filming that video and everything. So yeah, hopefully that should be out tomorrow, but it just means I didn't really crochet that much today, but for the past like 30 minutes, I have been working on something, so I'll show that to y'all now. Nothing super fun or exciting to show y'all yet, unfortunately, but it is just a basic one of the popping mushrooms, but a big version, much bigger than the little tiny guys that I showed y'all yesterday. So I'm just gonna keep on working on this guy. Don't really have much else to tell y'all about it right now, but But I'm also really hoping to get the cutier mushrooms, the more girly pop bedazzled mushrooms that I really want to make done tonight as well, or hopefully in the morning possibly, but sometime soon because I want to show y'all something fun tomorrow. So see you then. Hey y'all, and happy April Fool's Day. And first I want to say, don't worry if any of y'all are April Fool's haters out there. This is definitely a safe space. There's gonna be no pranking, no fooling going on here, because I'm not no troll, y'all. I keep it so serious. You know me, it's, you know, never silly goofy, so serious. But y'all want to know who did April Fool's me today? Freaking Premier Yarns. I don't know if y'all saw, but they posted a reel basically saying that they were releasing new Parfait Chunky colors, and that's a lie. It was an April Fool's joke, and honestly, the tea about that for me is that the bigger April Fool's joke, I don't even know if I should say this, love Premier, but I am very salty about the discontinued Parfait Chunky colors getting discontinued. And when they showed those new colors that they were gonna release, but they didn't release, but I think that they actually are gonna release them at a later date. But anyways, when I saw those colors, that was like the April Fool's prank for me, because I was just, I mean, I guess I shouldn't have expected to get another exact copy of Pink Lemonade and Sea Glass and Lagoon and all my favorite colors. Of course, they weren't just gonna put out those same exact colors when they just discontinued them, but I guess I don't really know what I was expecting, but I was just like, okay, like, cool. But I'm really not trying to be negative and pessimistic. The one color that I did see that I was super excited about is I think the first color that they showed in the reel, which actually looked like periwinkle. I'm pretty sure that color is periwinkle. Who knows if they're actually gonna call the colorway periwinkle, but it does look just like the periwinkle in the basic chenille brights. So I'm really hoping that that is what it is. But either way, I really did like how that color looked. I've been wanting a actual periwinkle shade of Parfait Chunky for so long, so I guess we gotta look on the bright side. That should hopefully be getting released soon, and I'll definitely be here to buy it up when it does get released. But anyway, y'all, yes, I am not really like an April Fool's girly. I don't know, I'm just not really about like all the pranks, I guess. It's not really for me. I honestly also, not to get things negative or pessimistic again, but I just had craziness happening this morning. It honestly just like started off my day on the wrong foot. And then just a couple hours ago, my mom texted me with really horrible and upsetting news. So I feel like I've just been so out of it today, especially with it actually being April Fool's Day. I just haven't been online at all. I guess since I saw that premiere post, that made me clock out of social media for the day. So yeah, I'm just not really in the April Fool's spirit, but I did think that it would be kind of fun and campy to do some sort of April Fool's post. Not like a full-length video or anything, because by the way, I also stayed up until 3 a.m. last night editing a video, which should hopefully be up by now. Hopefully y'all saw that already. If you didn't, definitely check it out if you want to. I just did a recap of my second market that I ever attended, my Butterfly Festival, which I did really love going to that market, so it was really fun to get to reminisce on it and everything. So again, check that out if you want to. I definitely put a lot of work into it, so I would appreciate it. But back to today, I did want to put out a fun little video for April Fool's, I guess. Not, again, a full-length video, but just something for Instagram, TikTok, short, reel, that sort of style. So while I was getting myself all ready this morning, brushing my teeth, doing my skincare, putting my makeup on, I was really thinking about what I could post today that could fit into that April Fool's sort of theme. And at first I was thinking like, okay, what sort of pranks could I do? Like, could I do something funny? I've seen before in past April Fool's people saying like, oh, I released a new pattern and it's like for a worm and it's literally just a piece of yarn or whatever, whoop-de-doo. But like, obviously I, one, wasn't gonna use that idea since it's already been used. I'm not gonna steal someone else's idea. But two, I feel like that's just really not me. I mean, I don't know, I guess I shouldn't say that that's not me, because literally y'all saw me on Monday being so silly goofy goofy and laughing up a storm, but maybe it's just the mood that I'm in today. I'm like not feeling the jokes at all. So I was like, why don't I literally just post a reel basically saying that, just saying something kind of like, hey, April Fools everyone, no need to worry about pranks over here because I'm no troll. And then like putting in some other clip or something. Sorry if this sounds so weird. This is how my brain works when I come up with reels. Hopefully it's fun or entertaining for y'all in some way, shape, or form, the way my brain works when doing all this social media stuff. So that's the first part of the video, basically just saying like, oh, I'm not gonna do pranks because I'm not no troll. And then saying something like, but I did crochet a troll. Sorry if I'm sounding just so dumb and kind of exhausted right now. I really am. But I'm still trying to show y'all a fun and whimsical time as always. So yes, I did end up making a little troll today. First, let me tell y'all about the pattern because I did find it about a year ago, I think. It's by Wonder Crochet on Instagram, and it is a free pattern. I guess not free on Instagram though. It's free on the website wondercrochet.com if y'all want to make a cutie little troll to celebrate April Fools, I guess, for yourselves. So that's the pattern that I used, and honestly I've been wanting to make a troll for so long. That's why I've had this pattern saved for so long, since last year, but I just haven't had the time to make it with all my other market prep and everything. But I admittedly have kind of a troll obsession. Me and my fiance both, we love them. We always take little tiny troll trinkets with us when we go to the casino. They're like our little lucky guys. They never really help us win money, but you know, they're still cute to have. But anyway, let me just show y'all this cutie little troll. Here she is. I don't know why one of her arms is sticking up. I guess it's kind of cute. She's like saying hi to y'all. But here we have the little troll, the little April Fool's troll. I think she turned out pretty cute. I used Parfait Chunky yarn on her and a 4.5mm hook. For her body, I used almond butter, and I guess that's pretty much the only yarn I used on her, at least when it comes to the Parfait Chunky, since her hair is just size 4 acrylic yarn. This yarn, I didn't have a label or anything on it. Honestly, my sister-in-law randomly had it and she was like, I'm never gonna use this, so she gave it to me on Christmas, and I thought that it would make super cute little troll hair, and I really think it did. His hair is definitely what took me the longest to do. His whole entire body, I would say, took me about an hour to make, again as a very slow crocheter. And his hair, I don't really know how long it took, honestly, because I wasn't timing it, but probably at least 30 minutes of me brushing. And honestly, it's not even all the way brushed out yet. I'm sure there's still little pieces I can find in here. Yep, like right here, that still need to be brushed out more. And I'm sure if I had like the proper brush, it probably would not have taken me that long. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use a wire brush, like how you would use on a cat or something to get the mats out of their fur. I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to use on these, but I don't have one of those on hand. I mean, I guess even if I did have one on hand, I probably wouldn't want to use it because I'd probably be using it like on a cat or something. But I just don't have one for my crochet yet either because I've never had to do this with a piece before. So I've never had the need to get one, but maybe now I will have to get one. But what I had to use as my makeshift tool to get the hair like this is this spiral blow drying hairbrush. Yep, and you can see there's still so much fluff stuck in it, and so much fluff came out of it. This is literally the pile of fluff that came out of the hair. I think it looks really like fun and whimsical though. I feel like I could maybe use this for a project. I was just keeping it because I keep all of my scrap yarn and everything. I use it to stuff my plushies just so that it's a little bit less wasteful. but this is actually like so cute. I'm wondering if there is some sort of project that I can use it on. It's just so fun. And if anyone is wondering, of course I did have to give her a little troll booty in the back. I don't know if y'all can see it that well. For some reason, it just wasn't coming together for me, y'all. The booty was not coming together, but I feel like you can still kind of see it a little bit. But let's put her butt away, y'all. Show some decency. And for her little rhinestone, this color is called Light Cyan. And luckily, I already had this color in all of my rhinestones that I have, but I really love this color because it transitions in the light. I'm not sure if y'all can tell on the video, but it does switch between pink and blue, so I thought it would match the hair perfectly. I'll also have the rhinestones that I use linked down below because they are really nice and high quality rhinestones. They aren't just like the cheap little plastic ones that you'd buy at a normal craft store. I do get the nice glass ones. I order them online from a website called Be Createful. Again, this specific one right here is in the light cyan shade and it is SS30 size, but I feel like you could definitely size it up a lot for this piece. But yeah, that's honestly all I gotta fill y'all in on right now because I still haven't even finished that basic mushroom that I was showing y'all last night since I spent so long editing that video. Honestly, way too long of a time. I don't think it should have taken me that long. But I am really happy with how this cutie little troll turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up that reel for him, post it right now, and then hopefully I'll continue on those mushrooms finally because we need to continue with this theme of the week, popping plushies, and this is not popping. Hey y'all, happy Thursday. It is already 7 p.m. and I honestly have not crocheted anything yet today. I've just been cleaning my house all day long. I also put up some Easter decorations. Don't know if y'all can see the little bunny over there. There's also a little happy Easter sign right on the other side over here. And I know some of y'all might be thinking like, girl, why did you even decorate for Easter? It's literally only like 3 days away. And I know that I was late to the game, but I've just had so much going on around here and decorations bring me joy and whimsy, so why not? And of course, there goes Holly deciding right when I sit down to record that she needs to just get to drinking. Okay, girl. But even though I didn't get to any crocheting today, I did get to some crocheting last night, and also I posted that reel that I was telling y'all about that I wanted to post where I was like, oh, I'm not a troll, but I'll crochet one or whatever. And I'm really happy that I did end up doing that, posting that, because that is by far my best performing short that I've ever posted. It has 6.8k views right now on YouTube, so that's super awesome. I know that that's like not that much views like compared to other people out there, but I don't care about that. For me, that is a big accomplishment because usually I do not be getting views like that at all. So hopefully that was fun and funny for people, brought some whimsy to their day, especially for those like me who aren't really about the April Fool's pranks. Like seriously, Premiere, why would they do that? But speaking of Premiere, I actually did get my yarn order in. Got this big box last night, so that's super exciting. I was planning to film an unboxing of that today, but of course all of the cleaning and decorating and everything got in the way. But I really want to open that box of yarn, but I also really want to actually film an unboxing, so I don't know. Hopefully I will get to that soon, just because I really am so excited to open up my new yarn. I really need more of that shell for my light skin tones for my dolls, and I'm really excited about that parfait plush that I got to make my rainbow cats, so definitely look forward to that video, probably coming next week. But as for right now, I want to show y'all the cute little plushies that I made last night, and I also want to show y'all some of the other popping plushies that I had already made previously for my other market prep, for my holiday market that got flooded out. So I still have those items for this market as well. And of course, since this week is popping themed, I'm gonna be showing y'all the popping plushies. If y'all have been with me for a while now on the channel, you'll probably recognize some of these guys, but I've only shown y'all like 5 little tiny popping plushies this week, and if I want the theme to be popping plushies, I feel like I gotta show y'all more. So I'm gonna get those out and let's look at some cute little plushies. So first I'll show y'all the things that I worked on last night. So first I wanted to finish up that red popping mushroom. I basically wanted to turn one of these little mini guys into a little bit of a bigger version, and here's the completed popping mushroom right next to its mini counterpart. And aren't they just so cute and adorable? I honestly really enjoyed making this bigger version of popping mushroom, even the basic red one, a lot more than just the minis. I don't know why. Maybe I just get bored of mini projects. Maybe I just like big projects. Not sure what that's about. But this guy was super fun to make, and he was a super quick make. Definitely, I would say it took me under an hour, probably. As for what I used on him, of course, all yarn is Parfait Chunky. The cap is with Cardinal, and the head is with white. And for his eyes, I did end up using 12mm glitter moon eyes, and I just used the blue glitter discs that come with those eyes. I was gonna use the kawaii eyes like how I used with these little guys. Of course, I was just gonna size up the eyes instead of just using the 8mm eyes. I probably would have used 10 or 12mm eyes for this one. But I just really love the glitter eyes, especially since I know I always say it, but I display my items on a TY Beanie Baby display. So I feel like those glittery eyes really just match the whole vibe of my whole display. But now I'm really excited to show y'all this next little mushroom, and honestly, I'm not even completely done with it yet. And it might seem a little bit ridiculous once I do show it to y'all right now, because I'm really going all out on it. But I just want to add one last little thing, but I can also show y'all what that little thing is gonna be. But let me just grab her right now. And just as a little reminder, before I show her to y'all, let me put up those 2 Pinterest inspo photos again that I used for this little mushroom here. And basically, I did just want to make a bigger version of this mushroom, but I also wanted to take inspo from my one inspo pic that has the mushroom that has the little hearts on top, and it also has a little chain on it that has a little crystal hanging from it. Let's just say I really took a lot of inspo from that, because let me just finally stop talking and show her to y'all. I made this little mushroom here, and I really love this one so much. I don't know if y'all are gonna think she's a little over the top and ridiculous, but I don't care. I think she's so freaking cute. I did bedazzle the heck out of her from on her cap to giving her a little beauty mark style rhinestone on the side of her eye, but I just think she's so freaking cute, and she was also so fun to make, which honestly for me is like what's more important. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, this year I'm so focused on really making pieces that like scream me and my brand and my personality, and that are so fun and that I have a lot of fun making. And I feel like this plushie really encompasses that. Honestly, now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe instead of the theme being popping plushies, it should have been like turning plushies into cutie girly plushies, because I've been having so much fun doing that lately. I just think she turned out super cute. And for the thing that I am still wanting to add to her, it is on the chain. I got these little iridescent charms that come in multiple different shapes, but I want to use the little heart shape on her, and I just want to hang it directly from the chain. I did try to like open up this little chain right here and stick the heart onto it last night, but unfortunately I just like couldn't get it open wide enough. I think that these are a little bit too small, so I did end up ordering some more just little jump rings on Amazon that are a little bit bigger, hopefully, so that this can fit onto it. But yes, this is the little cutie right here that I'm so proud of, because I feel like it just really, again, encompasses everything that I wanted to do. It's turning a super basic plushie into a plushie that just really matches what I want my brand to be. But enough talking about how much I love this little mushroom. As for the details on her, I did unfortunately again use those two discontinued Parfait chunky colors, the orchid and the rose. I also used 12mm glitter eyes on her, but I used the purple glitter discs to match her whole vibe. And I just used silver rhinestones. I used two different sizes. I used SS20 and SS30. And that is the cutie little whimsical purple mushroom. And as for my pricing on the mushrooms, I am planning to sell the mini mushrooms for $5 each and the bigger mushrooms for $8 each, or 2 for $15. And now I want to show you all those plushies that I did make a few months ago, but they are on my market prep plan and they are also popping plushies. First, we have little kittens in teacups, and these ones are so cute, and I really love this pattern as well because you can customize so much about it in the way that your little kitties look and everything. Of course, I probably won't be bringing this one to my spring market because obviously it is very much a holiday one, or maybe I will still bring it to the market, but I'll have it like in my bottom little tier with all my random items in it, just in case someone does want to buy someone an early Christmas present. But I'm not really 100% planning on this guy selling or anything. But we also have the cutie little mushroom one, and I think that this one might do pretty good at the spring market. Mushrooms are very springy, I feel. So those are the two little popping kitties that I have right now. But again, not really counting on this guy to be in my market prep, and I am planning to have 3 of these in my market prep, so I do still want to make 2 more, hopefully tonight or over the weekend. But just in case I don't have time to show y'all this weekend everything that I do make, I wanted to make sure to show y'all all these little guys right now. And since I made all of these so long ago, I honestly can't 100% remember all the details of what I thought about the patterns and everything like that. But as I said at the beginning, I know that I've loved all the cable and canvas patterns that I have made, and I'll have every single one that I show y'all linked down below. But also, I can't remember like the exact yarn colors or anything that I used as well, so sorry about that. But you guys can also go back in my videos because I definitely talk all about these guys when I was doing my holiday market prep last year. And moving on to the last little plushies that I have to show y'all, it is the mermaids. I made these 3 mermaids. They pop in and out of their tails. They're so freaking cute, and I'm so excited to take these to my market. These are also so customizable, which I feel like makes them so much fun. And I am planning to charge $13 or 2 for $25 for these cuties at my market. And by the way, those little kitties are also gonna be $8 or the 2 for $15. Last year when I did this same exact market, there were so many mermaid lovers there and I had no mermaid items, so that's why I definitely wanted to make sure to have mermaids to bring to it this year. And I'm really excited to see how these girlies do. Again, another super fun and quick make that I highly recommend. But that's all I got for y'all this week. I hope that y'all enjoyed this week of popping plushies. I'm sorry that I did not get to as many of the plushies that I wanted to get to. I feel like this always happens to me. I just end up having to spend my time on other things that aren't crocheting, but hopefully one of these days I will have time to really just sit down and grind out out a bunch of little pieces. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week. Definitely hit that thumbs up button down below if you enjoyed the video. I would really appreciate it. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do want to see more of my face and my cutie little plushies on your feed. And if you want to see us on all your feeds, make sure to follow me everywhere. I'll have all my socials linked down below. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below, or if you don't know what to say, or you're more of a shy girly like me, but you still want to leave me some support, just leave a mushroom emoji down below to let me know that you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me this week. I hope that you all had fun, because I had such a blast hanging out with all of y'all. And as always, have a magical rest of your day. Bye-bye.